Hi, boys and girls. We're having technical difficulties here, so this is take 3. So I hope this one works. Our lesson today is about Paul. And if you remember last week's lesson, he changed. His name was Saul. He became Paul. He met Jesus, and he became a follower of Jesus. And now he was in danger of being arrested himself. So let's get to our story, and then I'm going to show you how he got away. Paul wanted to tell everyone about Jesus, but some people did not trust him. They thought he was trying to trick him. They didn't think he had really changed. Aren't you the same Paul who wanted to put all the followers of Jesus in jail? Asked the people who didn't trust him. Some of those people got so mad at Paul that they wanted to hurt him. They came up with a plan to catch Paul when he left the city. The city had a tall wall that went all the way around the city, and the only way out was through that gate. They had guards watching the gates of the city day and night. It was time for Paul to go back home, but there was no safe way for him to leave. Then some of Paul's friends had an idea. They put Paul in a large basket and tied a rope to it. Then they lowered him slowly down a wall on the outside of the city wall. There he is. Paul made it safely out of the city with the help of his friends. So here we see friends of Jesus followers helping them. Following Paul's meeting with Jesus on the road to Damascus and his blindness, which was temporary, he spent the rest of his life sharing the good news of Jesus with everyone he met. Not everyone was happy with Paul's enthusiasm for proclaiming Jesus as God's Son. The Jewish religious leaders wanted to get rid of him, so they posted guards along the city gates to catch Paul as he tried to leave the city. So again, we hear about friends helping Jesus followers. Paul's friends heard of the plan and quickly made a plan of their own to get Paul out of the city safely. They took Paul to the home of a friend who lived on the exterior wall of the city. Through the window of the house, on top of the wall, they lowered Paul down in a basket. Paul left the city and began his travels to foreign lands to share the good news of Jesus. Paul shared the good news with everyone he met. Traveling to far-off places is not required to share the good news. We can share the good news with persons we meet every day in our neighborhood. For Paul, being a follower of Jesus meant living his life as Jesus would. We can follow the good news by living our lives the way Jesus wants us to. Think about what you can do for friends or what you can let friends do for you. Jesus was a friend to many. He chose to help and care for people he met. We can choose to do the same. Have you helped a friend recently? We can help friends and others because we care about them. We help because that's what Jesus wants us to do. So boys and girls, let's say our prayer. Here's our friend Paul in the basket. Dear God, help us see what Jesus wants us to do. Help us praise you that we can help others and we can share your word, just like Paul, just like we can do. See you next week, boys and girls. Amen.